Joyce Y Taylor is an award-winning author, entrepreneur and motivational speaker. She's committed to changing lives one day at a time. Joyce's writing style is robust and heartfelt. Her stories are designed to encourage kids to understand that each one of us has a special purpose that is unique to us. And Joyce is on the line with us here to talk about her book, Zulu the Dung Beetle and the Great Tree. Good morning, Joyce. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm brilliant, thank you. So, what was it that actually inspired this book, Zulu the Dung Beetle?
Oh, wow. Great. This is actually my second book. The first book is Zulu the Pooper, and then the second book is Zulu the Dung Beetle and the Great Tree. So this all started during the pandemic. So the kids would do school via Zoom and see their fellow classmates, in their beautiful rooms, and they started comparing themselves and, oh, mommy, look at that room. Mommy, look at that room. So I would, talk to my kids. I have 3 kids and my sister's kids. In total, 11 of them. So I was like, what's the best way to advise my nephews, my nieces, and my own kids? The best way is to write a book. So that's how it came about. I started writing a book. Yes.
And without giving too much away, what is the overall plot of this book? Where does it take us?
So it's a series. So this is book number 2. So pretty much is motivating kids to believe in themselves. Each and every one of us, we have our own unique gift that we have to be comfortable in. So it's self-motivation, building self-esteem and self-confidence for the children.
Now, the main character struggles a bit in the first book with self-acceptance and transformation. Do you think it's important for children to learn that message?
Absolutely. Everything happens when you are young, like your brain develops until the age of, 12, 15. So if you don't have self-confidence, if you don't have self-belief, it carries on to adulthood. So it's good for kids to know who they are in the beginning. Yes.
And you're a motivational speaker as well. So does teaching this message come naturally to you?
Absolutely. Yes, it does. Actually, on Sunday, I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor, so pastor for Sunday school students. So I was talking, my message was raising a resilient generation, talking about it has to start with us as parents and rolls over to the children. Yes, it does come natural.
How does being a motivational speaker compare to writing a book like this? Because one of them is talking out loud and the other is writing. Do you have to pitch it differently?
Yes. When you write, you have an idea, but you have to tailor it and get into the minds of the kids.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to understand, how kids think. You have to find a hook. What can hook these kids to get this message? That's why I used a character, Zulu the Dung Beetle. So, if you look at a dung beetle, all it does is to roll poop all day, but it's a most important job. If it doesn't do that, there's going to be flies everywhere.
Yes.
So it collects poop and rolls it, throughout the day. So I used a character that nobody pays attention to, but at the same time, it does a very, very important job.
And you enjoy discovering insects. Do you think that a lot of children will share that view and maybe be intrigued by this book?
Absolutely. Because they're reading the book, they're getting the message, but I'm not, saying Tommy or Daniel or Joshua or, I'm using a character. So they're thinking, oh, look at this dung beetle. But at the same time, they are getting the message.
And do you think that it helps them understand the importance of an insect that may seem so insignificant, but it impacts on other insects and the world would fall apart without them?
Absolutely. So it's just like what we're dealing with today. We're dealing with cases of bullying in schools. bullying in high school at every level. So having Zulu the dung beetle pretty much is like all the animals are bullying on him, but he doesn't lose focus on what he is supposed to do. He doesn't lose focus on his purpose.
Yeah. So how did you get into writing? Because it was actually your father that inspired your love for reading and writing at a young age, right?
Right. Oh, that is a very, very interesting story. So when he punished us, I have 4 siblings. So we had 5 in total. So when he punished us, he would he never like beat us or put us time out. He used to write and read a lot. So he would ask you to come stand next to him and grab one of his books he already read from the shelf of his bookcase. And he will ask you to read the book. And when you're done reading the book, you would summarize. Ooh. So he wouldn't tell you, don't go play. He would just tell you, read the book. And when you're done, summarize. And guess what? By the time you finish, it's 9 p.m. You didn't go play outside. So over the years, as I've grown, the gift of writing started to manifest itself.
So it's turned into this gift for writing. Did you see it as a punishment in the end, or were you maybe looking forward to being punished?
Well, when I was young, I didn't like it at all because we were not reading sitting down in a comfortable space. If it took you 2 hours to read, he made us stand. We read standing. Wow. So I did see it as a punishment. But now that I'm all grown and everything, as I said, whatever you learn when you're young, later on in life, it does manifest. So I found myself like having an interest to write. And then as I was writing, memories from many years ago were starting to flash back in and like, hey, I remember reading this word. I remember, tying this sentence like this. So at first I did see it as a punishment when I was growing up. But now it's the best gift my father has ever given me.
It's a great idea for a punishment because there are so many other things you could do that punish, but that's all they do. They don't give you a gift or help you in the world like that does.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. At first, I did not understand what he was doing. But now I look back and say this all started with my father at a very, very young age. So I'm so grateful for the way he punished us. Yes. Because today we're still using his punishment techniques, but at the same time changing the world around us and helping other people around us and around the world.
So what are your future plans for your writing and speaking career and books, of course? Are there going to be more books in this series?
Absolutely. Yes. So I plan to have several series in this book. And then I plan to, go to schools, visit different countries, read the book, also, visit. I've already went to Africa, Malawi particularly, and I visited orphans and schools, and then I've been reading my book. So my hope is this book enter the school system because it talks about, self motivation, self-esteem, just to an overall build of a person's character.
Well, in the meantime, where are we able to find this book, Zulu the Dung Beetle, and keep up to date with you everywhere?
Okay. So the book, you can find it, we have it on Amazon, we have it on Barnes & Noble's, stores like Target, Walmart, they've already picked it up. Or you can simple Google Zulu the Pooper and the Great Tree on Google, and you should be able to find it in the nearest store in your own countries.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for talking to us today. It's been great having you on.
Thank you so much. It was so great to talk to you. Thank you for having me in your radio show. It's such an honor. Thank you for making time to give me a spot to talk to me. Thank you.